Hi everybody, my name's Adriana and today's lesson is life on the farm. So you may not know this about me, but I actually work on a farm part-time on the weekends and I absolutely love it. And I love telling kids about my work on the farm, what I do on the farm, what I see on the farm, because many kids haven't had the opportunity and many adults haven't ever had the opportunity to go to a farm and see what it's like. And this is a really great lesson to talk about and envision what that life would be like and really using your imagination to kind of build your own farm in a way. So I want you to take out a pencil and a piece of paper and I want you to draw a line in the middle. And on one side, you're going to answer this question. I want you to take a moment and brainstorm the parts of your day that include foods or animals. I want you to think about what you interact with when you're outside, when you're eating, if you're at the park, if you've ever been to a farm. What are the things that you see there? What are the things that are on your plate? What would your life be like if you lived on a farm? What would your day look like? What would you see? Who would you deal with? What animals would be there? What food would be there? And write that on the second half of your page. So I want you to look at the two sides of your paper and I want you to compare them. How do they look different? How do they look the same? For many of us, our day-to-day life, what we think of when we think of how we interact with animals and food throughout the day may not really look like what it's like to be on a farm. In my day-to-day life, I may not be surrounded by chickens. I may not have cows or sheep or goats. I may not have eggs to pick. I may not even be surrounded by a lot of grass and greenery and trees. But on the farm side, that's what I think of. I think of green rolling hills. I think of lots of trees, fruits, vegetables. I think of animals roaming around. And those two things look very, very different. I'm going to read a book called Summer Sun Rising. I'm not going to read the book in this video. There's going to be a link in the description to the read aloud of this book. You can pause this video now, go watch the read aloud, and then come back. I hope you enjoyed Summer Sun Rising. Now that we've read that book and you have more of a picture of what it's like to be on a farm, look at the lists that you created before. Is there anything that you can add to the farm side of your list? If there is, add it now. So I'm going to list a few different writing prompts. Prompts are something that kind of jumpstart your mind to think of other things. So if I say tomato, what do you think about? If someone said tomato to me, I think about pasta. And pasta makes me think of my family. And thinking of my family makes me think about my grandmother. And I could write about all of those different things. So a prompt is really just an idea that gets your thought process started. The prompts that I'm going to give you is to write about a time that you visited a farm, helped in the garden or helped in the kitchen, ate a special meal, tried a new food, took care of animals, or planted seeds for a plant. And after I'm done giving instructions, I'm going to add a list of these prompts to this video so you can pause on it and refer to them as you need to. So with those prompts in mind, I'm going to challenge you to write a poem, and not just any poem, but a rhyming poem. So when something rhymes, it means the words sound similar. So if I say door and then I say floor, they sound the same. In a poem, the last word of your sentence rhymes with the last word of your next sentence. Using door and floor, it would be, I opened a door, period. I fell on the floor, period. You can add in more words that rhyme, and you can have shorter and shorter sentences, but I really want you to write out a story. So if you're going to choose the prompt of taking care of animals, then your poem should be a story of a time that you took care of animals. So you could start it by saying something like, he itched, and he finally snitched, so I scratched his back way out of whack. The last word of all those phrases rhymed to the previous word. It doesn't have to be like one word rhymes for the whole poem, although you could do that. If there's something like lime, time, mime, you could keep thinking of words that end in that I-M-E sound, you can do that. If you have trouble thinking of words, try starting like I did with just one rhyming sound for each sentence. So the first 2 sentences are one rhyming sound. The next 2 sentences are a different rhyming sound, okay? And go as far as you can. Just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and make the story as full as possible. It could get a little silly. This isn't it's not going to be critiqued or anything like that. This is just to get you in the habit with rhyming, with getting used to using prompts, and to use your imagination. So pause the video, give yourself about 10 minutes to start. If you need more time, keep going. There's no time limit on this. It's as far as you want to go. If you think of a lot of stories, keep going. Just make sure you're being detailed and that you're just doing your best. Don't get too hung up on spelling for now. Just keep trying to write and focus on that rhyming. I am sure that you did a wonderful job, and I'm so proud of you. This was something new, and it was probably really hard to start, but you stuck with it, and I'm sure that you made something great. Great job today, and I hope to see you soon.